Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Dutch Inn channel. It's time for the results show on Saturday, the 23rd of March 2024. It's 8:30 in the evening, and we've just gone past the last race at Wolverhampton, the 8:15. So we're going to start with our profit and loss sheet, and still up to date there. You can see that we've had 344 bets since the 6th of March. 17,200 stakes, returns of 19,617.85, and our profit is £2,417.85. But this didn't help today because today was our first loss in around 10 days, I think. So let's have a look at today's sheet. I'll let you see in the corner there straight away. Our loss today was £9.99. So it wasn't really a bad losing day. But it was one of them that kept going winner, loser, winner, loser, winner, loser, that kind of thing for the day. We'll start off with the Doncaster meeting here. We had staked £300 and returned £300. So we broke level there, so that was an okay start. Then at Bangor, we drew in every race. We made 300 stakes and we returned £440.45. So we was £140 up at Bangor. And we didn't have a good Newbury yesterday. And we laid out 300 there today. And again, we only drew 221. So a loss of 79 at Newbury. And then at Newcastle, the all-weather, £300 staked, returned 328, so a little bit of a profit there. But this is where it went wrong, really. This was a 400 stake day at Wolverhampton because they had 9 races and we didn't have a bet in one of them. So we laid out 400 and returned 299.74. So that was where we'd lost £100. And luckily we'd gained it at Bangor. So it was, it's a long day when you think it takes you about 7 to 8 hours to do all the form. And then by the time you sit here all afternoon from 1:20 first race at Doncaster, right the way through to the 8:15 at Wolverhampton, and you've lost £10 for all that work, then you think, oh my God, is it worth it? But of course, it definitely is at the moment this month. So we'll go back to the first race today. We'll just quickly run through the winners and losers. And in the 120 at Doncaster, our top selection was Sharon. That nicely obliged, that won easily. The second race, the 150, was a no betting race. And the third race, Look Back Smiling, not for me. I won't look back smiling after that one. But I did have the second there in Thunder Raw. There was a steward's inquiry, but there was never going to be reverse placings in that. Then into the 3 o'clock, we had Montesib. This was our second selection. That won pretty well as well. Then into the 3:35, this was the Lincoln, Mr. Professor. I couldn't have had that. I didn't even have the second, the third, the fourth. I didn't have anything in that race. It was totally full of outsiders, even though I do outsiders, but there was just nothing there that I could have got excited about. Then the 4:10 at Doncaster. This was another no betting race. Then into the 4:45 Busdam. I couldn't have the first. I couldn't have had Moonlit Cloud that was second. So that was just a bad race for me. Then in the last race at Doncaster, we had the first and second there. The second selection, Destinado, beat Bear Hug. So that was that race, and that got us out of trouble at that meeting. Then we went to Bangor on D. This was our best meeting of the afternoon. Uncle Bert in the first, that one against my outsider actually, that went off against that. 33.88 that went off and came second. So you could have had a combination forecast there. Then in the 2 o'clock, we didn't really over fancy it, but we did get our money back. That was the famous 5, that one. Then this was the race I was on about this morning, where I fancied the other 4 to turn the favourite over. The favourite actually won it. So there was a little bit of a return. It's not often you can back all 5 horses in a race, but I was never going to make any money on Montgomery, but I don't even know how I give that to come last. Then Hunter Legend, we had that, but again that was favourite. It wasn't a full return on that one. Then our top selection won the 340 Grand Albert. This came in at 1.89, so that was another return that wasn't 100. Then in the 415, this was a bit of a weird race because we had Jalisco Star, this one at 14.5, and also had the second Rostello at 23, and the third Fantomas at 5.6. So if you had combined them 3 up, you would have had the Tricast in that race, and there was a couple of big prices. Then over to Newbury, the 140, second favourite beats the favourite, good win. We don't get hardly any money back on that. Then in the second race, the 210, this was all delayed due to a lack of ambulances due to somebody injured. I think there was staff in the end. I don't really know too much about it, but this was delayed over an hour. And the selection that I had second there in the 210, I Love My Buy, come through and won at 30.72. So that was a huge winner really for me. Then in the 240, Heltenham, had to work for it, but won. So that was the main thing there. Then into the 315, I couldn't get that winner, All the Glory, right down the bottom there. I had no chance in backing that. But I did have the second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. But of course we don't get paid on any of that. Then the 350 was a no betting race. The 425, again, right down the bottom, Rathgall Hill. I couldn't have had that one, but we did have the second in Do Hello Tommy. Then the 5 o'clock at Newbury, right down the bottom again, Fider, scratching me head there. How do some of these horses win? I did have Fortescue, which was second. That's part of today, has been a lot of seconds. Then the evening card or twilight card started at Wolverhampton. My Margie or Margie. Again, another one right down the bottom beats Jews. I couldn't get either of those. Then in the 440, King's Merchant. We got it in second, but it was an odds-on favourite. So again, just got our money back on that. The 515 was a no betting race. Then the 545, Mamaluka, I thought this could be the turnaround now. That was a full winner for us there. Then again, the 615, right down to the bottom. Novello wins, big price, 30.47. Couldn't have found that, but again, I had the second. Then in the 645, Sisters in the Sky is another one I couldn't get, but of course, I had the second. Then in the 715, luckily I got myself back here, Burra back. That was a full winner. Then into the 745, only had Snooze Lane in this one, run appalling. Trojan Truth was the winner there. I think tonight the last winner was 6 to 5 favourite. I think the first winner or the second winner in was 8 to 13 and another 3 to 1, and 3 in 16 races came in. I mean, I don't have a favourite in every race, but there must have been a lot of people that lost money tonight on these 2 meetings. Then the last race, that was the 815. That was the favourite that came home in front there, Crafter. But again, I did have the second and third there. That would have got me back in front. Then we went over to Newcastle, first race tonight, the 455, the Crafty Master. That won again, and that was our top selection. Then in the 530, This was another one with a strong favourite in Geelong. That came second to our selection, Bobby Shafto, so that was another winner. Then in the 6 o'clock, we pulled out Prince Akil. That was our third selection. That was another full winner. And I thought we're doing wonders now. And then the 6:30 at Newcastle was a no bet. Then the 7 o'clock, we're down to one selection again. Ziggy's Missile came second. I'm not sure he saw the winner coming, even though when I watched the replay, it didn't look that way. I think he just got beat by a better horse. That was Be Here Now, but there's another one I couldn't have found. Then in the 7:30, there was a very late withdrawal for Philly 1, just as they were going in. They managed to do another market on Betfair, and Sergeant Wilco come through there, and Siobhan Brogan. Might as well have taken that one out as well. That run really badly. So that was the short price favourite in that race. And in the last, I backed Moonflight here, top selection, gets beat by a nose. I'm thinking it's going to win, and then Pepsi Cat, you watched it, it was getting closer and closer. And yeah, got done on the line, but I could see it was done on the line, but a nose. So it's been one of them days, lots of seconds again there. Could have been a completely different day. I think at one point, after the afternoon session, I think I was up about 220. But of course, never stop, because if you were down 220, you'd carry on. So I never stop. I do all the races, all the meetings that I set out to do. And we've lost $9.99 on the day. But I did think it was coming. The last couple of days, £106 profit over the 2 days. But losing a tenner today is no hardship. So we'll battle on again tomorrow, where we've got a couple of nice meetings. And that's going to be my next video. I'm going to do some selections for those tomorrow. But thanks for watching, and happy punting.